Hey guys, and welcome to another video. I'm Lewis and above me is Jordan. Got a 5 reasons why video coming for you today. Not done for a while, but this guy's been linked to Houssem Aouar at Lyon. I've been linked with him quite a lot, and he's recently come out and said he's flattered by the links to the club. So we thought, let's go through 5 reasons why City may be considering bringing this guy into the club. Now, before we start, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well so you get notified every time we release a new video. Smash a like on the video as well, guys. Just helps other City fans find the channel. And consider becoming an Xtra club member. Now, we'll drop the link in the description. 3 tiers. All 3 tiers get you access to the private Discord server where me and Jordan chat regularly through the day. And a whole different range of perks. Just click the link and have a look. Right, okay, let's start off then. What is option 1? What's the reason 1 City might be considering bringing him in?
So reason 1 is the fact that this guy could potentially be a Silva replacement, and we don't want to get into the same position we have this season where Company's left and we haven't replaced Company. A lot of people say that Foden should be the guy that replaces David Silva, but I think as I'm seeing more of Foden, he reminds me a bit more of like a KDB style of play. He kind of suits the way that KDB plays football. And I've seen a lot of things saying about like David used to control the pace of the game kind of thing. So I think it'd be a mistake not to get someone in. Obviously, it's not a massive priority because we do have players who can play there. But if we do get this guy, and I do see that that's his actual position there, and I think he could come in and offer like... That's a good replacement, isn't it? You know what I mean? The guy's only 22, as it says there, and his style of play is very much like David Silva, like the whole playing in midfield, technically very good. And the thing is, he's only 22 and he's already very good.
Yeah. So yeah, basically the reason 1 is a Silva replacement. Now, I think we're all right in that position as it is. I think we've got enough players. We've got KDB, we've got Foden, we've got Bernardo who can play in there. So I think we are all right. I don't think we necessarily need to replace him, but you know, we don't want to get in that position again where we're looking back in 6-8 months and going, why didn't we replace the best midfielder that we've had at the club? You know what I mean? So I think that could be one reason. Yes, Phil Foden is ready to step in. Yes, Bernardo can play in there, but do we really want to do that? And City playing 50 games a season, guys, so he's going to get game time. Everyone will get the fair share of game time. So that's reason number 1. Let's move on to reason number 2, and it's basically his potential. You're buying obviously like with Ferran Torres. You know, he's young, and this guy's already really, really good. But you're not just getting that. You're getting someone who can develop. He's 22 years old, so in 6-7 years' time, if he's still at the club, it could be a world-class midfielder, but he's already really good now. So you're buying potential, but you're not just buying a raw potential. Yes, he's young, and yes, he's got potential to become one of the greatest midfielders, you know, in Europe. But he's already very good. You know what I mean? He can play in the top level. You know, you can throw him in any game, and he should be able to deal with it. He's played a fair few matches for Lyon. He's played Europe as well. So yeah, that is reason number 2 is City are liking at the moment to buy youth players, but good ones, and this one sort of ticks all the boxes. Not only is he young, he's got quality already. Yeah,
I completely agree with that, because like the thing is, like you're saying, he's 22, but he's already good, so he's kind of ready to be thrown in. And he's 22. Where does that potential stop? He's 22 years old. He's already at this level. Like, where can that be? And like say, in 7 years' time, the guy could be insane. And then like saying, us buying like these youth, like not youth, but like younger players. So we're going for like Ferran Torres, who's young. We're going for like this guy who's young. And we've got Phil Foden, who's also young. You know what I mean? It's kind of like we're building a squad for the future as well.
And it's not only that as well. It's when you buy players who are already good but are young, there's a good sell-on value there. Now, I'm not saying that we should be buying players just for the specific reason to sell them on. But what I'm saying is, if, like the Sane deal, if for whatever reason people wanted to leave, you still get a good price.
Yeah.
Well, you can go out and buy a 29-year-old if you want. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that if you want to do that. But then in 2 years, if we don't want them anymore or they're not performing, you're going to sell them. We'll take a massive, massive hit because they'll be in the 30s. Whereas this guy, as long as he doesn't absolutely flop, in 2-3 years, if you wanted to sell him for whatever reason or he wanted to leave, you're probably not going to lose that much money on him. So that's another reason, the potential, and that he's young. So yeah, it's looking like it's looking like a good potential option here, guys, and the fee doesn't look that bad either. Let's move on to reason number 3 then. And this is sort of, we've said he could be a replacement for David Silva, but he also could be a replacement for Ilkay Gundogan. Now, I'm not saying that we should sell Ilkay Gundogan, but the reason that I'm saying that is because I think that we've got a problem with Gundogan and Rodri in the sense that I think they're too similar. Yeah. They're both possession players, both nice, but neither one of them are really powerful. Neither of them can really create anything. Some people think Gundogan can create, but I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. I think he doesn't offer any real creativity at all. So when they play together, whilst it can work against decent opposition, you're still left with the situation where you're basically pinning everything on Kevin De Bruyne. And we sort of witnessed that against Lyon. Whilst I don't think he should have played the holding midfielders retrospectively looking back, especially with the 5 at the back, by playing the 2 holding midfielders, he put everything on KDB. Lyon marked him out the game, and then you were left with basically Rodri and Gundogan dictating the play but doing nothing with it because they both can't create anything. Now, what you could have done in that game is had Rodri and Aouar, obviously if you had Aouar available, but Aouar could then play next to Rodri as well, but he could then create, he could then join in the attack, and Gundogan simply can't do that. So my question is, guys, if we do sign Aouar, is there room in the squad for Gundogan? I don't know. It depends how you're going to utilise Aouar. How are you going to play him? Are you going to play him, as an attacking player, or are you going to play him sort of just as a central midfield player? What are you going to do? But for me, I think that if we signed him, we might have to sell Gundogan, which, it's a shame because I really like Gundogan. I think he's a good player, and especially when he plays at the 6 on his own, I think he's really good. But yeah, I don't see there being enough room here.
Yeah, you know what I mean. This town ain't big enough for the both of them. I don't see them both like coinciding with each other. The only way that I see this deal happening is if Gundogan goes the other way, or we sell Gundogan and get him in. I just can't see it both. I don't know why it is. I just have this thing in it where I just don't see both of them being at the club at the same time.
Yeah. I think it's a bit of an issue really because I can't see Aouar playing the holding midfield position, right? But I can't see us playing 2 holding midfield players if Aouar came in and not playing Aouar. So then basically you're saying Rodri or Gundogan's going to be left out. But then if you sell one of them, which is going to be Gundogan because you're not going to sell Rodri as he's only just been brought in, then you're only left with one real holding midfielding player. So then it kind of gets tricky then because you do need Rodri and Gundogan, but by keeping them, if you then brought Aouar in and you're saying Aouar's going to play next to the holding midfield player, one of them is not going to get any game time. So then you're going to have a bit of a Mona on your hands. Yeah. It is a tricky situation. It's something that City, I think, need to look into because I think that basically Rodri and Gundogan are just too similar and neither of them can create anything and it puts immense pressure on Kevin De Bruyne. So yeah, let us know what you think. Do we need to sell to buy? Is the question. All right, let's move on to reason number 4. What's reason number 4, Bri?
Reason number 4 is he actually delivers goals. I know it's a big thing that David Silva doesn't. From his position, I know we're saying if he did come in that position, he didn't really score a lot of goals today. This guy got 9 goals and 10 assists in 41 appearances. He does actually score and create assists, so which is good. That's a good thing to have, and if he can build on that, as we said, he's only young, isn't it? If he can build on that, he could be a prolific midfielder, which is good to have. We need to get goals from the midfield as well as from the front line.
Yeah, that is something that I felt, even though we scored bags of goals, we scored over 100 goals again, I still feel that we need more players to chip in with goals. A lot of the sort of goals land at Sterling, Kevin, and the striker. I mean, Mahrez can chip in as well, to be fair. But then you need to get more goals, especially from that midfield. David Silva didn't really offer you any goals, you know what I mean? He'd rather pass. He had an open net and David still looked for a pass. That's just the player he was. Rodri doesn't get you goals. Gundogan doesn't really get you goals. This guy does get you goals. He can score and he can create as well. And I just think that it would help the team enormously if we could have some more goals chipping in from elsewhere. So I think this could be a really good move, guys. I think it really could be a good move. And like I say, getting them goals, getting them assists could be crucial next season.
Yeah, he could come in and make a big impact. And it's weird to say that for guys only 22 years old, isn't it? You know what I mean? He could have a big impact on the way our system works and stuff. So I want us to go for this deal more than I think we are going for this deal. I just want us to go for him. But we've been linked with him for years now.
Yeah.
And every time we've been linked with him, I've been excited about it. I think we found out about him a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. And since then, I've been kind of he's been on my radar of there's this guy, and I hope we're going for him. And the fact that he's kind of flirted with our club as well, you know what I mean? He's coming out and saying all this stuff he's buzzing to be linked with us and stuff. So obviously the guy would love to play under Pep, and I think Pep had moulded him into a great player.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that one, but I'm looking forward to it. Let's move on to the final point, guys. But let us know already. Are you already set on this guy? Do you want him in? I think he's really good. But let's move on to the final reason, and it's the fact that at only 22 years old, he's already played 25 European football matches. Now, granted, some of them were Europa League, but sometimes, guys, for a young player, Europa League can be worse because you go into like far away places, you know what I mean? And you're not just playing in the standard, Milans,
There's
Madrid.
a lot of games as well, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of football matches, and sometimes you're travelling very, very far to unknown countries. And at 22 years old, I think 25 European games is a lot. And a lot of them, to be fair, are Champions League. Obviously, we've played against him a couple of times. And I just think, again, he's going to come in and just slot in like Koulibaly. We said this in the 5 reasons why we should sign Koulibaly. He's played Champions League football. And this guy's played, it's not going to faze him. Because he's been there and done it. Whereas if you're buying someone, a lot of young players, right? You could buy a young player from a club who's really, really good, but has never seen the Champions League. What's that guy at Norwich? He's called Cantwell or something like that. I can't remember what he's called. I think it's Cantwell. Everyone was raving about him. I don't rate him that much, but everyone's raving about him. It's Cantwell, Norwich, attacking midfielder. Everyone's like, oh, we need to get him in. Let's just say we got him in, right? Never played a cup final. Never played any real competitive, big, important games. Never played European games. It'll probably cost more than this guy, and he's got no experience. But you can go and get Houssem Aouar, played Champions League, he's played against big teams, and he's done the business against them as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just think he's a ready-made player, and he's really, really tidy, guys.
And for the price as well, the price is rumoured to be around 40 to 50 million. And you know what I mean? And at that price, you're getting this guy for the best part of the next 5 or 6 years, you know what I mean, at least. So, that's insane. I think value for money wise. You know what I mean? If you have him 5 years and he's playing at a top level, at the standard that he's producing now, and he smashed it for City, that's 10 million a season.
Yeah,
so you know what I mean? It's nothing, is it, compared to spending 60 million on Campbell and be coming in and had no experience or anything. Well, this guy, he's ready. He's ready to just slot into a team like ours, and especially we're getting now younger players in. It's exciting. Imagine we have Aouar, Foden, and Ferran Torres all on the same team, all young players and all smashing it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope it happens because, to be honest, I'm sold on him now. But it's just whether or not the club think we need a midfielder. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Should City go in for a midfielder? Should they get Aouar? If not, who do you think? Do we need to sell to buy? I think that's the crucial one because
that's the big one.
Is there enough games to make everyone happy? I'm not sure. I don't know. There are 50 games, but a lot of the time we only play one holding midfielder, so that means Gundogan's going to be out or Rodri. Is there enough football matches for us to guarantee everyone be happy? So let us know what you think in the comment section below, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Smash a like on it. Thanks a lot for watching. See you later.